This short video is an introduction to run charts for clinical teams looking to drive improvements in the care they provide for patients. If you don't know what a run chart is or how to use it, don't worry, this video is for you. So what is a run chart? A run chart is a line graph of information plotted over time. The vertical or y-axis shows a quantity and the horizontal or x-axis shows a time base. Run charts can be used to measure a wide variety of things, from how much rainfall there is throughout the year to tracking chocolate consumption, for example. Look at this run chart. You can see that the blue line goes up and down as the months pass, with the lowest point in February and highest point in May. If this chart was being used to track rainfall or chocolate consumption, it would mean that May was either a very wet month or the month in which someone's sweet tooth got the better of them. So what do the NACAP run charts show? When you enter data about the care you provide for patients, we use the information to populate a series of run charts which provide your team with feedback in as little as 1 month after data submission. This means that you don't have to wait until the release of published reports. If you are regularly submitting data to the NACAP web tool, you can track the quality of care you are providing to patients in near to real time. The run charts are a key tool for quality improvement. When designing your QI project, you can use them to identify where changes need to be made and then measure whether those changes have an impact on the care you are providing for patients. Getting started on your QI project will involve developing an aim statement. This is a great example of where the run charts can be extremely useful. To agree your aim, you need to make sure it is SMART. That is, specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. You also need to make it patient-centered. Ask yourselves whether the change you have chosen to make is one that will have a marked impact on the patient's clinical care as well as their care experience. And of course, your aim needs to be based on the data. NACAP real-time run charts are publicly available and provide service-level data in selected metrics. These are a key tool to identifying areas in need of improvement and are therefore your starting point when it comes to writing an aim statement. Next comes planning and measuring change. Here we have a Plan, Do, Study, Act, or PDSA cycle. Your aim comes into the Plan section. You've used your run chart to identify the metric you are trying to improve. For example, you want to look at the proportion of patients who have a peak flow measurement taken within 1 hour of arrival at hospital. Next comes Do. Here, staff are surveyed to inform the development of a small test of change that aims to improve this. Note that this is a test of change. It might not necessarily work, so that's why the next stage is important. Study. Use your run charts to see if practice has improved as a result of the change you have implemented. If not, or if there is still change needed to improve further, act. Refine your test of change or try something else. And remember to continue to use the run charts to track impact. Here's a few more important things to remember. Run charts will be most useful if you submit data to the NACAP web tool on a regular basis. This will ensure that the charts show a true reflection of the care you provided in any given month. Important for keeping track of your own care provision and comparing it against that of others across the UK. We apply a 1-month time lag to the charts. This means that you have 1 full month to enter data before it appears on the run charts. The charts are only populated if we have the information we need. For example, if a chart shows that 0% of a hospital's patients have received a certain aspect of care in a given month, this could mean that no information has been provided by the hospital for the month in question, not that the patient hasn't been provided with the necessary care. This is particularly important to consider when looking at months impacted by COVID-19, as increased pressures on respiratory staff affected their ability to supply information on a regular basis. If you want to find out more, there's a series of resources available. NACAP Run Charts, a guided tour, shows you how to access and use the run charts. There's also a guide for the public and a written guide. And if you have any more questions, contact nacap@rcp.ac.uk. We are more than happy to help.